Okay, I'm here now. Sorry that took a minute. Right when I thought I had everything set up, I realized I was out of water. And I absolutely need some. We tried to stream this like a few days ago, and then everything ever went wrong. We loaded up the previous save file, and it just fucking broke. Uh, so we made a new save file, and then like my recording streaming software just crashed in a way that I've never seen before. I have recorded and streamed simultaneously, like, what, 100, more than 100 hours of this game? I don't know. A billion hours of this game. And, yeah, it just closed. So I've never seen that before. I'm assuming it probably won't happen again, because I've only ever seen it happen once ever. Was it GPU like chat thought? Nobody knows. There's no GPU updates. I don't know. Someone in chat thought it was a GPU thing. I still am not convinced that's it, because I'm pretty sure if it was a GPU hiccup, it would have crashed the game too. So I don't know. I've restarted the computer since then, since that can fix all kinds of random things. So maybe that has fixed it? I couldn't possibly know, though. I mean, it seems like the only way I could test it is by streaming and recording Crusader Kings 3. So this is the test, you know? It'll probably be fine. Probably. We can only hope. Also, I don't know how long the stream is going to be because it is already hot as fuck in the studio. You know what? I'm going to go get... I have a little temperature thing. I'll be right back. I'm back. I've got a digital thermometer that you just put in the room and it tells you, you know, what temperature it is and what the humidity is. I just put that into my studio, and I'll just let you know what it ends up landing on. It looks like it was 25.7 Celsius in the room that I brought it from. I don't know why the bedroom was that hot, considering that's quite a big open room, which makes me think it's probably way worse in here. Oh yeah, I can see the temperature climbing already. The temperature's climbing, but the humidity is going down because it's hot and it's dry. Do you still play Haven and Hearth? I haven't in a couple years now. It's still an awesome game, it's just I don't have time. Were you able to save last time so you at least don't have to redo charge and... I don't know what that's in response to. We never unpause the game, so the save file is literally just freshly made. We didn't really do anything in the game yet anyway, so I'm happy about that. We just don't need to redo the character creation or anything because that's already done. CK playthroughs have been your favorite thing, the cross-stitch too. That's awesome. Dry heat is best, right? I mean, I guess, but when you're trying to, like, do a live show, you don't want to be drenched in sweat. You know? I mean, I guess it's better than really... Well, is it better than humid heat? Because when you're doing a voiceover, you don't want the room to be dry because it dries out your throat. Our air conditioners thing in Canada. Yes, everyone has an air conditioner. Maybe it's because nobody knows the temperature of Canada, because Canada has such a small population that nobody knows things about Canada outside of Canada. Canada gets very hot too. Where I live, you know, the peak heat in summer will be like 35 degrees Celsius, 100% humidity. And then in the dead of winter, it'll be negative 35 Celsius with brutally low humidity. It's what happens when you live between three of the Great Lakes. We're surrounded by big bodies of water, so you get pretty extreme weather. Was playing the past version this morning, and I still have no idea what I'm doing in this game. Yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve. You've seen negative 50 just a few hours north of me. Yeah, when I was growing up, I used to go to a cottage that a family member owned up in northern Ontario. Not like really far north Ontario, but, you know, much more northern than here. Washington State doesn't really use ACs. My uncle's considered weird for having one. Yeah, that's West Coast, though. By my understanding, Washington's got quite nice weather, doesn't it? I know it's up by Vancouver, assuming you live anywhere near Seattle. And I know that Seattle and Vancouver both have pretty consistently good weather. Weather in the Ozark Mountains, Missouri mostly. Weather is very random. Yeah, the Ozark Mountains are pretty fucking rural, aren't they? Isn't that what, like, Yosemite Sam was based off of? Was the stereotype of crazy hill people in the Ozark Mountains? Hey, Truth. Truth, why aren't you vipped? I'm gonna do a vip. There you go. England doesn't have AC, baby. My American partner thinks it's weird. He isn't VIP because he's mod? Mods can be VIPs. See, he's from around before, he's from before VIP was a thing. So, that's back when, you know, if you're like old internet like me, you just moderate people to be like, oh, that's my friend, you know? But now there's like a VIP thing for that. So now I can just do that, and it's way easier, because it doesn't give people the crippling responsibility of being a moderator, but it does give them the cool badge that everybody wants. You live not terribly far from the Ozarks, and you can confirm that if you don't like the weather, wait an hour and it'll be new weather. Ooh. Right now, it was supposed to be really sunny with some, like, roaming rain clouds. But instead, it's, like, total overcast. And it's, like, threatening rain, you know? There's supposed to be, like, a storm in a couple hours, so I hope that doesn't affect my internet. Still thinking of moving to North Carolina one day? Yeah. And we're still looking at places to live, and it is still very, very expensive in Canada. Okay. Come down to Texas, it's better down here. I do have friends in Texas, a few now. However, America probably isn't that much better. No, like, genuinely, America's more than 3 times cheaper on real estate prices. Like, the real estate prices where I live in Ontario, it's been considered a crisis since I was a child, but it's like prices have more than doubled in the last 4 years. So if it was a crisis back then, I don't know what the fuck it is now. But it's at the point where if you own a house, your mortgage payments are cheaper than paying the rent on an apartment. Yeah, so it's a super crisis, basically. Yeah, it is quite literally cheaper to own a house and pay mortgage payments than it is to rent an apartment, but you can never save up enough money to get a mortgage on a place because you need a down payment. And to do that, you would need to not be paying a ridiculous sum in rent. Welcome to Ontario. Sounds like a problem? Yeah. Didn't know Canada. See, that's the thing. People just go assuming that it must be better in Canada because they don't know much about Canada, but nobody knows about Canadian problems. They just have this weird assumption that America just must be worse. It's literally the richest country in the world, the United States. I don't know why people would assume that it's better in the neighboring country, which is not the richest country in the world. I don't know. Sometimes I get the feeling that Americans don't know how good they have it there in terms of, like, economy. There's some real advantages to the fact that pretty much the world trades in their currency. It helps. I grew up in a small town. Population, I don't know, 10,000 when I lived there. Real small. It was the town in between a lot of farming communities. Kind of along the southern border, pretty close to the States. Although it's along, like, Lake Erie. So it's not like a land border with the States, it's the water border. But it's described that a rural Ontario is a lot like the Rust Belt. But Ontario is, like, politically ruled by the cities, of course, which is usually compared to more like New York, the cities here, like Toronto and stuff. But it's in the same province as what is essentially our Rust Belt. It's our big farming area. I would have grown out in the city, or out in the town when I was a kid. And it's now at the point where we're looking at, like, sorry, that's not a small town. My hometown had a population of 1,200. Yeah, small town is a relative term. Everyone lives in different places. Come on. Anyway, my story. Where I grew up, housing was very, very cheap, at least by comparison to the rest of Ontario. Now we're seeing houses there that are like $1 million. Everything is relative. Yeah, exactly. Like, even the value of money is not the same between country to country, you know? Sorry, not a small town. I lived in a town with 2 people. It's like when you talk about fucking temperature, and as soon as you're like, oh man, I'm boiling today, everyone wants to know what temperature, and no matter what temperature you say, one guy will be from a hotter country, and they'll be like, that's nothing, it's hotter here. And it's like, well, yeah, it's just in comparison to what you're used to. Like, it's not a competition. That sounds like California. It is kind of a California-ish issue. People make those comparisons because of real estate and everything, and it is somewhat similar, but I think that the New York comparisons are a little bit more apt for the greater Toronto area, at least. Man, it's boiling outside today. 100 Celsius. I remember, do you guys remember that tweet I made the other day? That retweet of that Toronto landlord who owns 30,000 houses having the gall to go on an interview on TV talking about how he believes that if you ask young people today, they don't want to own a house, they like the lifestyle of renting. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Because when I was in school, we were just flat out told by our teachers we wouldn't own a house until we're in our 30s at the earliest. We were explicitly told we'd be living with our parents until we're at least 30, because the economy was so bad and the housing prices were so bad. Like, how can someone own 30,000 houses? I know. It's because the real estate market here, if you already own some money, or you already own some houses here, then you make so much money off of that that you can just keep buying houses and buying houses. Because even though the local population can't afford the houses, there's people from all over the world who want to move to Ontario, and you can buy your way into the country. That's like an actual legal thing you can do here. It's not like that's like a bribery thing. That's how it works. You're allowed to pay your way in if you have enough money. And then they just like buy these ridiculously overpriced houses because they're rich and they're from like old world wealth, you know, from whatever country they're from, usually like rich aristocrats or whatever. Famous people, rich people. And the local population born here can never hope to afford the actual housing that is getting built. Which is what a housing crisis is. At MahDryBread, have you ever wanted to be a pro wrestler? I mean, like, every wrestling fan has, like, thought it would be cool at some point or another, but realistically, never something that I ever pursued. I knew pretty early that just physically, it's not in the cards for me. I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which means my joints are quite weak. I need to build up a lot of muscle to support them and everything. And, you know, as I get older, the joints are really going to be an issue. So a life of landing on my back repeatedly is not in the cards for me. Sucks, but just being realistic, I'm not the kind of person who should be taking bumps every day. Great, everything I want to know about Canadian housing. What about conquering India? Me and my wife need to get a house since we are waiting our first cheapest house that we have seen that fits 3 and a dog costs $38,000. Yeah, that's about the cheapest we've probably seen, and even then, like, it's usually in a bad neighborhood, or it's run down, or it's the middle of fucking nowhere. And I still need to have, like, a good enough internet connection to do my job, of course. I'm the main breadwinner for the whole family, so... gotta do what I can do. Gather all the tea, yeah. Geez, some landlords, it's like $1,700 per month, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. I know what you mean. You're in Quebec, right? I have heard that in Quebec the housing is quite bad too. What made you want to start a new playthrough instead of finishing the last one? We did finish the last one. The episode's up on the channel. We loaded the save file and it glitched out and there was a mass extinction event. I haven't made it go public yet. I tweeted about it and I put it in the playlist, so you can go watch it right now if you want to. It's publicly available, it's just not public in the video section, it's in the playlist section, because I don't want it to go public until I have a new playthrough go public at the same time, so that if anyone's disappointed that the save file broke with the update, they can go start on the next playthrough, you know? But when I went to start the next playthrough last time, my streaming software crashed. So we're doing that now, so you're catching it now. We didn't give up on it. It just, there was an update and someone warned me that when you update it, it might break. So I tried giving it a couple months so that some hotfixes would come out, hoping that that might keep it from happening. But the exact same glitch happened anyway, so we were fucked from the start. We had no chance. It sucks, but it's the same thing that happened to like 2 of the Crusader Kings 2 Let's Plays. Pretty much the only one who let you keep your pet hamster with you? Wow, there's other ones who didn't want you to keep a pet hamster. I don't know if this is a Canada-wide thing or an Ontario-wide thing. In Ontario, a lot of landlords will say no pets. They can't actually enforce that, though. It's not actually legal here. They can put that in it, and you can sign it. It's simply unenforceable. You can just have pets. Warned you. Yeah, I tried giving a time. Yeah, when you update, it might break, beware. I know, I took the warning seriously. A few people warned me that their save files broke, so I gave it time hoping that, okay, you know, maybe they'll have a hotfix that keeps it from happening. So I gave it like months, and no, as soon as I updated it, it's the same issue that other people described to me. Everybody in the planet had 0 health, so everyone just started dying every month. Made for a funny 15-minute video that goes up on YouTube, though. is basically the plague. I haven't asked in a while. Kung Pao, I still want to watch it. I've even talked Fatima into being interested in it to some degree, at least. I think we're going to watch it together at some point. I want to, because I do think it'll be really funny. Okay, it wasn't a joke. I didn't warn you. Oh. Well, someone warned me. A few people did. Their reasoning is that if I permit you to keep a pet, then you're gonna want a pet in my apartment block. Okay, well... They can just shut the fuck up, because that's stupid. No, if you want a pet, then everyone's gonna want a pet in their apartment block. Oh no. Everyone has pets. What are we gonna do? It's almost like people in Canada tend to have pets. Like, fucking, what do they want from you? You're not allowed to have an animal? It's ridiculous. It's a fucking hamster, too. Like, what's the hamster gonna do? Tear up the apartment? You wanna see when's the stream actually starting? See, you can't rush a good pre-stream. I'll have you know that many people tell me that the pre-stream is the best part. I think it's probably the worst part. Because you don't have a game that you can zone out and pay attention to when I'm being annoying. All you have to suffer through right now is me. But you are probably right. I should get going with this, right? All the notifications already went out. Everybody ready? Everybody have your popcorn? Everybody have your whatever you get before you watch me stream CK2? Sorry, CK3. Have you ever played Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross? Yeah, I beat Chrono Trigger a few times growing up. Really good game. Never played Chrono Cross, but I have it on the Switch. Oh yeah, it still says here soon. I fixed it. It's the noise it made. Chrono Trigger rules? Hell yeah. Fatima's gonna play it for the first time soon. Whenever the Steam Deck comes out, I've already got it on Steam. So whenever the Steam Deck comes out, Fatima's gonna play it. What temperature in the room? 27.5 degrees Celsius, 26% humidity. So it's a bit dry in here. Not crazy dry, but dry. The heat is... a bit gross for such a small room. 27.5 in a small room with a computer right next to me is not the funnest. I am starting to sweat a little bit. It's not that bad, though. You guys remember, oh, this was probably like 5 years ago now, but you remember my Resident Evil 4 Let's Play? I think there was like an episode where I made a joke about how like I'm sweating to death. I don't know if I ever went into detail in the episode how much I was sweating to death because, like, you know, I had to, like, play a video game. There was more important things. But, like, legit, I was drenched in sweat. It was 35 degrees Celsius in the room. The air was completely stagnant. The sun was blasting in on me. And in between recordings, I would lay down in front of a fan on the floor to try and cool off it all. We had no air conditioning at that apartment. And it was like an old 70s apartment, so it's like a concrete brick that just keeps all the heat in. It was horrible. I was completely drenched in sweat, but I kept working because the show must go on. I was chugging water between episodes. Sounds hot. Yeah, it was awful. You think that's hot? I hate when people do that. You fucking think negative 35 is cold? I live at the North Pole. 35 degrees is nothing, laughs in Fahrenheit. Wait till you hear how hot it is where I live. Yeah, well, you're in Tennessee, right? We must have competitive weather, right? The hottest it gets here is like 35 degrees Celsius. What's the hottest it gets for you? Because I've got the Great Lakes around me, but you're also farther south than me, so I don't know how big of a difference that makes. comparable climates. I kind of figured, because, like, yeah, you're a little farther south, but I'm also right between the Great Lakes, and I know that the warm air off the lakes has an effect. But you guys also probably get that too. You're not that far from the Great Lakes. You probably get warm fronts from them, right? Probably. Winter in Quebec is kind of harsh. Yeah, winter here is pretty harsh, but I'm pretty sure that winter, even in, like, southern Quebec, is probably still worse. In northern Quebec, winter is definitely worse, but, like, northern Quebec gets so rural at some point. Like, at some point is uninhabited forests and tundra. You're Dutch and have Canadian colleagues. When I complain about 3 degrees Celsius, my colleagues say it's t-shirt time. They're fucking with you when they say 3 degrees Celsius is t-shirt time. I promise. I go outside in +3. It was 3 like 2 weeks ago. Everybody had winter jackets on. They're just fucking with you. It does get way colder than 3 here. However, they totally wear jackets for 3. Imagine calling 35 hot laughs and Calvins. It's very windy where you are in Northeast England. My neighborhood specifically is incredibly windy. There's, like, wind tunnel problems here, and there's wind damage on, like, buildings and stuff. I think it's just an oddity of, like, a lot of southern Ontario is hilly, like hilly forests, and I think it's just where the specific neighborhood is, rather than just an Ontario problem. Stagnant wind in 0 is not that bad. Yeah, as long as you're dressed appropriately, not that bad. Especially if you're in direct sunlight. If you're in direct sunlight, then 0 is without wind is fine. As soon as that wind comes in, though, that sucks. As soon as you get any wind, whatever the temperature is feels way colder. Hyped up for the famous 1-hour pre-stream? Yeah, we're already 35 minutes into the pre-stream. I love that you've heard legend of the pre-stream. The Zombie X. I've watched your streams. They're fun. Everyone go follow. I'm even going to make it easy for you. Hold on. Where's the button? Where's the button? There's the button. No. I lost my chat. Hold on. Fixing it. There. I made it easy. That's a clickable link for everybody. Done followed them? There you go. That's how you do. Nancy Drew soon? You guys are not ready for the next Nancy Drew. See, the next Nancy Drew I can't wait to do, but I'm also slightly concerned. Because the next Nancy Drew game takes place in Germany. Now, you guys have watched my show for a long time. You know that I'm very old internet. I'm not afraid to tell a Nazi joke, because a Nazi joke is at the expense of the Nazis. A lot of people are quite gun-shy about that now. I don't know why. I guess they don't want people to take it the wrong way. I feel like you guys know that 90% of what I say is in jest. What I'm saying is there's about 5 million hilarious Nazi jokes I have lined up for that Let's Play, and I'm worried that the algorithm is gonna mass demonetize my Let's Play, or maybe even the channel just because it hears all this shit. So, we'll see. I feel like in the spirit of the show, though, I can't hold back. The Let's Play won't make much money. I'll put it that way. But you know what? I don't expect the Let's Plays to make me money. I never did the Let's Plays for money. The Let's Plays are fun. They don't make much. Like, full disclosure, each episode of this on YouTube makes me, like, nowadays, now that I'm bigger than I have ever been before, and the Crusader Kings stuff gets more view than it ever has before, I don't know, a Crusader Kings episode is like $15. 15, $20. That's before tax still. 1520 American, specifically, which is a little bit better here in Canada, but still. But then again, you know what? You know what? Now that I think about it, when I did my Let's Play of L.A. Noire, the very first words was a character in the game saying something about a gas chamber. So maybe it will be okay. Actually, no, I think that episode got limited ads, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that episode actually got limited ads. I always be that guy. I know what you're referencing. It's this.
When I was in the service, my dad, he sent me this book, and it was written by the guy who started this company. I wanted to be that guy.
You know, I wrote that book.
Yes, I know that. Your picture is on the dust jacket.
Got here to hear about Nazis and gas chambers. We were talking about how the next Nancy Drew game that I want to Let's Play is one in Germany, and that I really want to tell Nazi jokes. I really want to tell Nazi jokes in the Nancy Drew Let's Play for a game for, like, preteen girls. That's what we were talking about. Okay, I'm getting rid of the pre-stream logo. I'm basically done the last sip of my bean juice. Hold on, let me... All right. Now, we should probably purge the Nancy Drew discussion from the chat before I actually start recording, because strangers are going to find me through episode 1 of this Let's Play, and they will have no context at all for the chats. They will definitely take it the wrong way. Thanks, chat. Could you even imagine? What would you think if you were just looking for, like, a Crusader Kings 3 Let's Play on YouTube, and you click one, and it's like, hey everybody, I'm YouTuber 567, and you look at their on-screen chat, and it's all like, I can't wait for the Nazi episode of Nancy Drew. What the fuck? Alright, yeah, hi YouTube, we hate Nancy Drew here. Oh man. Oh no. Sorry, a little bit of water down the down the windpipe. I'm good. Just coughing. The swastika in South Gender. Yeah, I have noticed. It's a Buddhist symbol. It's totally normal. South Gender. Will be spammed in the comments of this video? Probably not. None of them will know the joke. Alright. Didn't know Buddhists were fascist. Yeah, they're the OGs. The OG fascist was Buddha himself. Nuclear take. You know what this is? Civ and Firaxis just, predicted that, Gandhi would love to use nukes. Predicted? I guess he was dead by then. Alright. New Hoi 4 Let's Play? I do want to do another one at some point. Probably just one where I goof around and play on ahistorical and see what happens. Aryan is also an Indian word. That is true, but isn't it meant to describe the Persians? Isn't it? Because it's supposed to be like Iranian, right? Which, I mean, the Persians have called themselves that for quite a while. But it's only in fairly recent history that the rest of the world called them Iran. Finally caught an MDB stream. Nice. Missed the last one because I had class. This will be a good background noise for some mathematical bead crochet. Ooh. Fancy. You got art in your name, too, so I can... Does that mean that you stream the art? Does that mean that I can see you make the beads? No, art is just in the name. Damn. Well, I'm sure the beads are awesome. Tweet the beads at me after, I'm curious now. I think you're the second person who's come in to say that you're gonna watch this while crocheting, actually. Today. You guys gonna have a crochet off. Sorry, I just realized I shouldn't be talking to you a bunch when you just fucking told me you're busy with crochet, because now you have to put down the crochet if you want to respond. Sorry. Don't feel the need to respond, it's fine. You do post art on Tumblr. You'll tweet me the results. Sweet, thank you. Tweet the beads. You know this opens the floodgate, right? Yeah, for tweeting the beads? Yeah, if anyone wants to tweet the beads, go for it. I'm fine with it. We're all crafting in here. Yeah, if any of you are crafting while you watch, you gotta tweet me the beads. Cross-stitch in a cell. Let's conquer it. Yes, yes. I don't even know if we're gonna try to conquer all of India. Probably at some point. That's the holy grail, right? Is to unite all of India early. I feel like that's the holy grail of India playthrough. I say that. The holy grail of an India playthrough is probably just conquering the whole world. That's the holy grail. But, you know, I don't want to just be a little kingdom in eastern India. I wouldn't mind trying to unite the kingdoms. Not an easy task. Historically, everybody who's tried to unite the kingdoms of India failed for like 2,000 years, so... It wasn't until the Brits came by that they managed to unite the kingdoms of India, and boy howdy did they not do a good job. Would me specifically tweeting you anal beads get a laugh? Maybe, but you don't have to. You guys really don't need to do that. I would get more entertainment out of simply getting tweeted people's crochets. Did they ever do a good job of uniting a nation? I was gonna say the Brits did an okay job of uniting the United Kingdom, but considering Scotland wants to leave basically all of the time, maybe they didn't do a great job on that either. England successfully united many countries. They did not succeed in doing any of them particularly well. Australia? I don't know. Do we count colonization as uniting? It's not like they took over a bunch of countries and then united them. Like, they did that in Africa, kind of, and they did an awful job. And they did that in India, and they did an awful job. Oh yeah, they kind of did that in Ireland too, didn't they? And they definitely did an awful job. Your English colonization is your hobby. You can respect the gusto, you can respect the bravado, but the track record is not so hot. It's like they played a game of Victoria too, you know? They managed to colonize a lot of land, but did they develop it? Is it gonna last? Is it all gonna break apart in a rebellion? We'll see. We draw so many straight lines, I know. The Canadian-American border's weird as fuck because of the straight line thing. As soon as you zoom in really close, you realize it's like so jagged and weird. Anyway. Now that we're all talking about something different, I'm gonna hit the record button. Okay, I gotta do an intro for YouTube. This is episode 1, so there's probably a lot of people who are gonna find this over the years, and they won't know me. So I'm gonna try and do an intro that doesn't totally suck. Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Crusader Kings 3. Yeah, we did a playthrough of this as England not long ago. I guess I started it over a year ago, and it was beautiful and it was wonderful, and I think it went like over 100 episodes on YouTube, and everybody loved it. And then the Royal Court update came out, and the save file broke, and it set every character on Earth's health to 0, and it was horrible. It was basically just mass extinction event. Everybody died. It was horrible, like... but it made for a really funny YouTube video. So yeah, we're getting started on my first ever playthrough of a Crusader Kings game in India, which is awesome, because as much as I played lots of Crusader Kings 2 and love it, and 3, and I love it, I never played as anyone in India. So by the request of the chat, we did a custom character, custom empire. Turns out that when you're in India, they actually name their land after the house name. Our house is House Jinder, because I gotta get my wrestling references in there. You can't hinder House Jinder. If you're new to me, and you're new to this video game, you will probably learn a lot of things by playing this through osmosis. And if anybody in the live chat, here on Twitch, wants to ask me any questions, go for it, and I'll try my best to help you. But you guys are gonna have to help me too, because I'm pretty new to the Royal Court DLC that came out, so you guys might need to catch me up a little bit on that stuff. There's a lot we need to do before we unpause the game, though, right at the start. We gotta look at our character, we gotta pick our lifestyle focus, we gotta look at our religion and figure out the rules of it, we gotta figure out our culture and the rules of that, because culture works different than it used to. I think tech works different than it used to. There's so much. Notice some blank spaces on the map. What's in there? Oh, you mean out east here? That's impassable terrain. It's a mountain range that disconnects us from China, which is just not part of the game. The world map is this right now. You know, kind of India is the farthest east you can go here, all the way out to West Africa being the absolute farthest west. And the farthest south you go is like Ethiopia. So yeah. And north is, you know, northern Sweden and Norway and Iceland. But we are down here in Jinder. You set your own goals in this game, and I kind of like to go with the flow in this game a lot, you know, see where our story takes us. So I don't want to have too strong of overarching goals, but in India, I mean, who doesn't love trying to conquer all of India early, trying to make India an empire early? If we look at the kingdom titles, we can see, you know, there's all these things, Jinder and whatever. There's all these kingdom titles, like a lot of them, actually. If we go to Empire title, we got 3. Bengal Empire, which I probably could get. Wow, that's legit 3 Empire level titles just in India. That's harder to unite than I thought it would be. But if we look at our current land here, we're this Jinder land here, that's a good chunk of the Bengal Empire. What are we looking at here? We've got like 30, 35%? You could conquer the world, but you could never conquer Siberia. Yeah, not this early in technology, you know? That's past the scope of this game. Okay, so we're gonna look at our character here. Maharaja Jinder of the Jinder Kingdom is what it calls it. Diligent, trusting, zealous, a skilled tactician, and a rough terrain expert for if he's leading the troops himself. And we have decent diplomacy, great martial, pretty good stewardship, average intrigue, and an okay little bit of learning right now. Our army is, what, like the 3rd biggest in India? Yeah, it's looking like we've got like the 3rd biggest army in India. I don't think we could win a war with the other 2 real big dogs here right now, but we have a lot of smaller states around here that we could start to gobble up. You know, a lot of these other colors of green ones here are much weaker than us, so I think that those are probably going to be a lot of our early game war goals, especially considering our first leader is only 18 years old. and will probably live a long life. We'll see. First of all, though, we definitely want to go into lifestyle martial, you know? Sleesh is pretty good in my opinion. Hope he doesn't tragically die. He is a custom character, so we got to build him to be pretty good, but this is an Iron Man save, so there's no save scumming, and that also means that we couldn't make him, like, completely OP or anything, you know? He can't be totally overpowered, because there is a limit to how powerful they can be with achievements enabled, and achievements are enabled. Diligent lets you boost development in your capital for stress. It's usually worth it. Ooh, that's a good pro tip. Is that under decisions? Scrape the barrel. Recruit a lowborn to fill a random court position. Wow, that is scraping the barrel. Mass eviction. Wow, there's some new stuff here. What are these? Who are shoreveers? Oh, that's what we call knights in our culture. Okay. Knights are people who kind of not lead battles like a commander, but they lead troops in a battle like super soldiers. Meditate in seclusion. That's probably because we are Buddhist. Invite claimants. Develop capital. This is because we're diligent and we gain 80 stress. Can be done every few years. Hey, can I take this when I have an event in front of me where one of the results is lose stress? So I could do this, gain the 80 stress, then click the other thing and instantly lose some stress. That would give me a little bit more wiggle room in case a negative event happens. Yes, says Tombo Breaker. Hey, we're already discovering the meta. See, you're already learning stuff watching my terrible ass show. Go on a pilgrimage. Oh, that's another holy site thing. Yep. Call a hunt. Can we do feasts? No, we can't do feasts though, right? Oh, we don't have enough money, but we can do feasts. Gotcha. Now, I was worried feasts would be negative because when we were off air, I was trying to read a little bit about our religion. It's a Mahayana. Don't know if I said that right. My Indian viewers can correct me. Just so I know who from the chat's from India right now. I know we got a few of you. Let's go over our tenets and everything so we understand, like, what we're dealing with here. This isn't like when we were living over in Europe in the last file where basically everyone was Catholic and everyone kind of got along and had the same religious ideas. In India, there's a lot more religions in a smaller space, I guess. So there might be some butting heads on that, but by my understanding, there shouldn't be a ton. Okay, so in our Buddhist faith, which this is red because it's not head of, yeah. No head of faith on this. Okay. Our virtues are honesty, calm, generous, and temperate. Those are considered virtuous traits. Sins are eager reveler, which is like party animal, basically, which you can get if you do a lot of feasts. Deceitful, impatient, wrathful, greedy, gluttonous. Okay, those are pretty typical. We're Buddhist? Yeah. Can you get India's spices? I don't think resources are a big mechanic in this game. I don't think that became a big mechanic until Europa Universalis, and more so Victoria 2. God, I can't wait for Victoria 3. Victoria 2 is one of my favorite just video games. That game's awesome. Okay, doctrines. Male-dominated, just society? Male only and male preference for succession laws, yeah. Opinion of female rulers is down. Yeah. Okay, so this is a male-centric society. It's pluralist. Conversion speed down. Adherents to other faiths have less of an opinion penalty. Countries of other faiths are less likely to join factions. Interesting. Reduced danger from heresies when at low fervor. I figured. Winning a holy war will vassalize infidel rulers in the target area instead of seizing their lands. So they'll become so if I holy war someone, I don't take the land directly, they just become my vassal and likely a disloyal vassal. Got it. That's important to know. What did these tenants do? It's like a series of bonuses and detriments and basically game mechanics, you know? Are there any gender equality societies at this point in time? There probably are some religions in this game that from the beginning have equal male-female societies. I know there's some with female dominant in the steppes, I think. But this game actually has a lot of ability to customize religions. If you get a ton of piety during your lifetime, you could be proclaimed a saint, and you could use that to form a new sect of your religion. And the more piety you have, the more it can diverge from the root religion. So you could drastically change a religion. You know, you could be, I don't know, Sunni Muslim, and if you're pious enough, create your own branch religion where inheritance all goes to women instead of men. Like, you could just alt history it, you know? In Africa, there's equal religion. Yeah, for sure. I know that some not totemic religions, I'm blanking on the name. Some of the religions around West Africa, for sure, are gender equal. I think some in Ethiopia might be, and I know there's some Jews in Ethiopia at this point in time, too. Some landed Jews. I think they're the only people who owned land who are Jewish at this point in history. At least that's what CK2 would lead you to believe. Anyway. And we are a theocratic society, so temple holdings are held by priests. Got it. Okay, I kind of figured. Marriage type, polygamy, yeah. You can have up to 4 spouses. Having too few, you'll have a piety penalty. Interesting. Divorce is always allowed. Okay, you spend piety to do it, but you don't need, like, extraordinary circumstances. Okay. Bastardry, no bastards. All children are legitimately equal. Okay, so even if they're born out of wedlock, they can still inherit. And cousin marriage is allowed. For crimes, same-sex relations are fine. Male and female adultery are shunned. Dynastic kinslaying is criminal. Witchcraft is only shunned. It's not burned at the stake. Cool. A lot of this is only shunned or accepted, actually. This is already, on the crimes doctrine, this is much more relaxed than Catholicism at this point in history. In Catholicism, a lot of this shit is straight up a crime. Clergy doctrines, alms and pacification. What is this? All clergy get a little bit less money, but they're more popular with popular opinion, which is like, what do the peasants think of you? Honestly, I think I'm fine with that. Whatever pacifies the peasantry, you know? You guys have heard me, you guys have seen me play all these Crusader Kings games. You know, I'm all about that internal stability. I would like to have a big army so that nobody in the kingdom is trying to civil war and nobody outside of the kingdom is trying to declare war on me. Peace. Sustained peace. When there's a war, it should be because I'm conquering a neighbor. Whatever keeps the fighting off of my lands, I don't want my people getting ravaged. Clerical gender, either. That's cool. Okay, so temple holders can be male or female. That gives us a much wider selection when it comes to... well, I was going to say that's a wider selection when it comes to having competent priests, because you got a wider talent pool to pick from. But because it's theocratic, we probably don't assign the priests. So that might not help us. Clerical marriage disallowed, so the clergy can't marry. Clerical appointments, spiritual, and for life. Okay. For life. Special doctrines, multi-religious interweaving. Non-Eastern faiths with the Eastern, don't know how to say that tenant, are considered astray instead of evil. Okay, astray is a smaller penalty than evil. Mutual 30% opinion bonus for faiths that have Eastern whatever tenant. Okay. Together we're not bound by a single faith, but by many faiths that make up the fabric of our society. That makes sense, especially considering we are pluralistic, right? Yeah, we're pluralists. So we don't really give a shit that we all worship gods differently, because we worship more or less the same set of gods. That's generally the pluralist stance by my understanding. You know, it's not about how you worship, it's about who you worship, and they all worship basically the same pantheon. Sustain peace until I'm ready to conquer, bro. That's exactly it. I love peace until my neighbor is getting a little weak and his alliance falls apart, you know? Hey, don't you want to be my vassal, buddy? You'd be a lot stronger in the Bengal Empire, or should I call it the Bengala Empire? Sorry, is Retri even here to get my wrestling jokes today? Does anybody else get my wrestling jokes? Okay, now this shit is new and I'm excited. I know, we still haven't unpaused the game yet, but this is a big part of starting any Crusader Kings playthrough, if you ask me, is analyzing your situation at the beginning while the game is paused and setting yourself up for success. Since religion doesn't have a head of faith, I think you can pick your court chaplain. Oh, I hope you're right. Woo. Theocratic means all temples are auto-leased to your realm priest, and you get tax and levy based on how much they like you. New realm priest gets the holdings automatically if the position changes. Gotcha. Now that's not all that different from Catholicism then, where they're only giving you their levy if they like you. Otherwise they give it to someone else, or skim it, you know? All right, now this is a lot of new stuff with the new updates, so we should really take our time on this. Traditions and pillars, as far as I know, totally new. Spiritual, all Bengali characters get 10% more piety. That's kind of cool. That'll be good for religious matters. Control growth is up. That's cool. Control's really important. I like when that ticks upward quickly. Faith creation and reformation cost is down 20%, which means that we would have an easy time making branch religions. That's really cool. Maybe India's a fun place to play as if you want a heavily religious game then. What was our most religious game we've done, guys? Was it Crusader Kings 2 in Bohemia when we became a Jewish merchant republic? That's got to be everybody's favorite Let's Play of a Crusader Kings game on my YouTube channel, right? Has got to be the Carpathian Merchant Republic of Bohemia, and we're the Jewish center of the world and the most powerful country in the world. That was a wild Let's Play. Anyway. Indo-Aryan heritage, plus 20% cultural acceptance baseline with culture sharing this heritage. Makes sense. Magdahi language. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Indian viewers might have to help me with that one. If you make a new religion, I strongly recommend making witchcraft accepted. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make witchcraft accepted. That sounds fun. Oh yeah, I was also the Sheikh of Mecca, and I made a Muslim empire in CK2, but that also died from an update they did, just like the CK3 playthrough. Ugh. Why is it when I hear about CK, it's always some weird stories and shenanigans? Because that's all Crusader Kings is. It's beautiful. You don't need to know how to play. You don't even need to know what you're looking at when you watch it. It's about the stories it makes. Marital, men only men can be commanders and Shuvirs. You're a witch, Harry. And Bengali aesthetics. Okay, it's just our naming conventions. Now, traditions, this is also new. We are a philosopher culture, which I don't know if anybody else in India is. Children are more likely to be pensive, less likely to be rowdy. And learning education traits and scholar trait also give cultural fascination progress. Cultural fascination progress is essentially your tech. It's how quickly your culture discovers new technology. So us being a philosopher culture sounds so fun. You guys know that I love rushing tech in this game. So that right now, and all Bengali characters get extra learning. Learning per level of fame is up. So the more famous we are, the more learned we are automatically. And monthly learning lifestyle experience of 20%. I think we need to enroll our kids in some, like, learning things. We need some scholar lords of this empire. We're gonna be the wisest motherfuckers. Agrarian, figured. We're in India, agrarian society, especially this point in history. The content trait is more often. I love the content trait. That's a great one for subjects to have. It means they don't want to rise up against you. Children do slightly worse in martial education. That sucks, but if we're ahead in tech, it's not so big of a deal. All Bengali characters' combat prowess is down, and Men-at-Arms recruitment cost is up. That does suck a little bit. That'll cost me. Development growth in farmlands terrain is up. That's cool. Development growth is awesome. Building construction cost in farmlands is cheaper. Levy size in farmlands is larger. Development in floodplain. Building construction cost in floodplain. Levy size in floodplain. Okay, so floodplains and farmlands are simply much stronger for us. But our men-at-arms cost more, which sucks because men-at-arms are very important. That's your, like, proper professional trained army and not your peasant army. Scholar witch lords? Yeah. And religious patronage. Gain an significant extra piety from constructing temple holdings. But do we want to construct temple holdings? I don't know, because our temple holdings will be like, they won't be controlled by us directly. We won't get the direct tax from that, because in our religion, temple holdings are held by the clergy. Well, if we make a branch religion at some point, because we get a discount on it, we could change that so that, like, royal family hold temples. That would mean that we could get our hands on temples without any kind of debuff. Yes, you want to construct temples. Well, I mean, if it gives me big piety bonuses, we could use the piety from constructing temples to buy those religious changes. Man. I'm loving all the possibilities. Gain renown when constructing and upgrading temple holdings as well. Oh, okay. Now, renown is very, very cool for anyone who doesn't know. Renown is like how famous your entire family is, and it gains bonuses over time that the family head will use that apply to the whole family. Those are the kinds of things you build up over a whole playthrough, and those are really fun. So anything to get more renown is sweet. I am definitely going to invest in temples. Now, it's worth pointing out here, we only get piety from constructing the temple. Renown we get from constructing a temple or upgrading the temple holding. Temple holdings are good if you already own a lot of countries. Counties, baronies are good if you want a few strong probably counties, yeah. C and S are near each other on the keyboard, right? Yeah. Okay, we can also diverge culture to make our own split one or reform it from the ethos and cultural pillars. That's cool. I wonder if there's a cost to that. I'm fine with this for now. And then innovations, tribal, this is all straight up the old technology system. What do we already have? We have elephants, which I hear are very good. We've got bamboo bows, which are palics. Are these archers? These are archers, and they counter elephant cavalry. Okay. Now, how strong is a war elephant? Oh my god! 250 damage, 50 toughness. But they're bad in winter. And in mountains, and in wetlands. Good in jungle. Whoa! Elephants no longer count as generic heavy cavalry, so fewer things counter them. Good pro tip. Reform and diverge cost prestige. Thank you. Head up, Duramic pacifists, one of your tenants, disables holy wars and raids. Good to know. Thank you. Elephants are crazy back in the day. Okay, so we already have almost every single civic one. This is crazy. Yeah, we actually start off with, like, way more technology than the English do. That's crazy. Okay. We already have almost every civic one, either than Casus Belli, which is for getting Casus Belli's cause for war, you know, conquering land. I consider that to be a little bit of a low priority technology usually. I usually want, like, you know, Gavelkind and public work and stuff first, but we already have it. Ledger is domain limit, which I am never going to complain about, but we actually have a high domain limit right now. We already have onagers, which is our basic siege, which I would probably rush if I didn't have it. Mustering grounds is sweet, quilted armor. Levy reinforcement rate's nice, but I don't know if I want to rush it. Barracks is definitely useful. That's military buildings for tribal age, which we're in. And fortification buildings. Well, fortification buildings, some of those do make us some money as well. It takes time to reform traditions is based on how far your culture has spread. That's interesting. And there's a 50-year cooldown on reforming. Before reformation's finished, before you can start another reformation. Got it. Okay, well, I don't actually have many choices for text here. There's only 5 to pick from. Domain limit is really sweet, but I think I want the buildings first. So barracks and mottes are the most important to me. And I think I'm going to start with barracks. Normally, I would start with mottes because defense is nice and gets me a little bit of money. But if I have a large levy size because of a lot of like barracks and military buildings, that's a deterrent that will keep the other kingdoms from wanting to declare war on me. So I think we're going to pick that as our first cultural fascination. The fastest way to tech up is to focus on the tech with a blue glow around it. What is the blue glow? Do I have one with a blue glow? I do not seem to have one with a blue glow. Okay. Okay, you can grant vassals to rightful liege. What is this? Vassals that are not the rightful liege give you fewer resources and have a reduced opinion of you. Sometimes it's best to grant these vassals to the rightful liege, presuming that they are also your vassal. Sometimes granting a vassal the rightful liege means that you earn less, but is usually worth to grant them anyway. The rightful liege will have a steep opinion penalty towards you for holding a vassal they think is theirs. So, which ones are they having issues with here? Because I don't want to, like, lose out on my land, you know? Okay, well, that guy doesn't like me. You picked the one with the blue glow. Oh, did I? Okay, that's why I didn't notice then. That makes sense. You get a levy bonus in farms and floodplains too, so levy buildings are more valuable. Yeah. That is a good point. And how much of our land actually is levy, or sorry, is floodplain and farmland? Terrain. Hill, plains, farmland. So farmland's the red. We got a decent little chunk of farmland there. I don't think we have any floodplain, though. I don't think there's floodplain in India, is there? Hold on, let me go over to Egypt so I know what floodplain looks like. It's blue. Yeah, we don't have any floodplain, but we do have some farmland, so we'll get some bonus here. Is our capital in there? Yeah, our capital is right here? Yeah. Is that our most developed? 18? Oh, they're all developed to 18, okay. In fact, our capital has some of the least buildings, although it has room for more. Hold on, what's this? Special building. I wonder what such a special building is. Pro geography tip. There is a 7 barony county at the bottom, very bottom tip of India that has 5 of those baronies as farmland, filled up with temples for massive cash and levies. Really? There's a county with 7 baronies. Where? Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, no, is it this count for baronies? Yeah. Oh, it's this one. Yeah. Whoa! There's 4 empty ones that I could put temples in. That's crazy. Well, that's a goal for in the future, I guess. Right, so for lifestyle, martial, do I want strategy, authority, or chivalry? That's the question. Authority focus for control growth is nice. Dread is kind of nice, but I would have to do something to get the dread. Although, you know, I just get a few points in Overseer and that would work. I mean, like, what, 1 point in Overseer is natural dread 15. That would at least get total cowards to just never go up against us, which is a surprising amount of the population. Control is good if you're conquering, that's true, and we are a military leader. I figured we'd get a lot of our conquering done early, you know? Chivalry until you're married? We could. I'll probably get married, like, right away, though. Strategy focus is the most martial skill, which is obviously useful, but our martial skill is already quite high. And we're stronger than our neighbors. I think I'm gonna go authority focus for now. For control, dread, and martial, and the first point in serve the crown for the natural dread and control. Having a little bit of natural dread is pretty sweet. Again, just so that total cowards never give you issues. Santi's Deli Bread. Hello, fellow guardians. Is this the actual Santi's Deli? No, it's not. There's no way. It's a 0% chance. It's someone doing a big meme. Someone in the chat doing an in-joke from legit like 9 years ago. Anyway, Royal Court. An introduction for your Royal Court. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna do this because I am quite new to the Royal Court thing. This is your throne room. Various situations and court events may unfold here from time to time, and you can choose to intervene on whatever is going on. It's okay, I can't talk today. Hold court. If you feel that your throne room is not lively enough, you can hold court. This invites petitioners from all over the realm to bring their issues in front of your wise judgment. That sounds so fun. I thought that this DLC sounded so fun when they announced it, and it looks fun. Sorry, what is this? No one may want to come to your royal court if it's not well known. Let's take a look at the court grandeur. Open the court grandeur tab, highlighted. Where am I looking? Top left. Your grandeur level is a measure of how famous the court is. Various factors contribute to your grandeur, but the primary sources are amenities and court artifacts. As your realm becomes larger, you'll be expected to have reached a higher grandeur level. This is known as grandeur expectation. Okay, so if I'm an emperor, there's probably higher expectations than if I'm a count. Got it. Court amenities. Amenities are various services and conveniences you provide to everyone who attend your royal court. Each provides its own benefit and all contribute to grandeur. They all cost gold each month, so take care not to overspend. Okay. Holding court fires off 3 events right then. They're mostly good, though some come with the danger or cost to avoid danger. You will never be forced into a do-or-die event with it. That's good to know. I'm not gonna have a complete disaster because of it. Okay, so all amenities cost gold. Gotcha, so this is a monthly upkeep. That's cool, because I sometimes found like there would be points in time where I'd managed my finances well enough that I didn't have anything to spend money on. Court types and court language. If you want to go deeper into grandeur, you can explore court types and court language. Yes. Well, MahDry sounds like it makes sense for court language, considering it's the language that everyone speaks in the country I currently rule. Another look at court artifacts. Now, this is supposed to be like the artifact system for CK2, right? Yeah. You can choose with which artifacts are displayed in your royal court. Court artifacts are special artifacts such as statues and tapestries you can put on display. Do I have any? I do. Jinder House Banner. I have 2 of them. I guess they only last so long, 75 years. Prestige and Renown. I see no reason not to use these. There we go. Here you can choose which court artifacts are displayed. Oh yes, I already did. Throne room tab. End of the tour. Oh, is the throne room tab just for looking around? Hey, look, you can like see 3D models of all the people, you know? Now I can free roam, right? If I photo mode, I'm allowed to like surf around and take screenshots and stuff. That's pretty awesome. Hide UI with you. Look at that. I could there we go. Look at that. I can do that to, you know, get a screenshot for the first episode and everything. That's beautiful. I like how I did a Steam screenshot, even though there was an on-screen screenshot button. Don't worry about durability. You can always fix it if you have the gold for it. Thank you for letting me know. It would be fucking ridiculous if we couldn't just get a new tapestry made. Okay. Now, it was in Court Grandeur, Administrative Court. So what is this? We can do administrative or scholarly. I remember seeing when I tested with another character, I could do like an intrigue court. So administrative is building cost reduction, building time reduction, promote cultural acceptance up if we get to a higher level of it. So this is all about your grandeur level. What's our grandeur level? We're at level 2, 3? I mean, we're past that point, so requires 20 plus, so we're at 3 then. Okay, at grandeur level 3, we are just getting buildings cost 10% less gold. Gotcha. If we were scholarly, at level 1, inspired characters will arrive at the court more frequently. Inspired characters are just extra good characters, right? Either noble or lowborn, landed or unlanded, each with their own set. Oh, it's just the character's description. What's inspired? Inspiration. Skilled artisans with a project that could come true if you become their sponsor. Gotcha. So they will come to us and be like, I want to do this thing, but I need money. And I can choose to fund them and get some kind of bonus. Gotcha. I'm going to stick with an administrative court for now, but in the future, we might change it to a scholarly court. Inspired characters are inspired to make artifacts, says Marinari. Okay. Didn't know you could get this detailed. I know, right? They're always adding new cool stuff. Okay, we're making decent money a month right now, so we could actually bump up some of these if we wanted to. Guests lose stress faster. That's interesting. Oh, man. Your fashion has different bonuses from your foods. Fashion is prestige. Food is stress. Yeah, and feast quality. Servants. Guest recruitment cost. Scheme power. Lodging. Reduces stress gain. Inspiration quality has a chance of improvement. Guests will be more likely to join schemes. This is a cool mechanic. I already like this. We have the 9th best court in the world, apparently. The best court in the world is the Caliph of the Abbasid Empire. Not that surprising. Second place, Byzantine Empire. Not that surprising. 5th place is Bulgaria. Can I look at other people's courts? I can! This is the Bulgarian court. This is what the Bulgarian court looks like right now. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. Who do I want to conquer first? This guy? He's Hindu. Can I see your court? Can I... Hold on. Where did I go to see a court? Wasn't it like top left of his page? How did I do that last time? Could have sworn it was right up there. Maybe I'm missing something. I will concern with myself that later. He's not Maharaja. He doesn't have a court. Oh, he's a duke. Oh, do dukes not have courts? How big do you have to have a court? King? Like this guy's got one. Oh, I actually get to see his grandeur. Oh, he's got a better court than me. He's got a scholarly court. With stylish fashion? He's got a way better court than me. Is my character the same religion as the capital county? Good question. The capital is also Buddhist, but not the same version of Buddhist. Not that it seems to matter too much. We need to be more stylish. All right, let's arrange a marriage. A marriage of convenience. I want some stats. Stewardship would be cool, and martial would be cool. But what would I get out of alliance power? That's the real question. Like, who would you get me an alliance with? With this dude with 1,000 troops? Hold on. The best I could do is 1,500 troops if I married this guy's 6-year-old daughter. Okay, well, this lady's 20, so she's at least kind of our age. She's up in Punjab. She's not a religion. She's fickle, generous, sadistic. I don't really like her. I could get an alliance. Can I, like, get any good choices? How about this guy? That's also not many troops. Trusting, forgiving, fickle. That's not that bad. Her stats suck, though. Ugh. You've learned more watching your gameplay, my gameplay than from in-game stuff. I hear that surprisingly often. Relevance. So it does recommend I pick this lady, though. Because she's roughly our age, her stats are not bad, although she's sadistic. And the alliance is decent. You know what? Fine. I will send a proposal. That'll be wife number 1. I need alliances if I want to not get war declared on me by neighboring kingdoms. Hold court. I don't see why we shouldn't do it right away. Higher core physician. Now, I do know that this is something new, is that the Cortair section has a lot of new stuff, like your food taster, your master of horse. Like, there's all this stuff you can fill out if you want to. All this stuff you can fill out if you want to. And they do get paid. I don't remember if the money actually comes out of our income or if they just make that much more. I know in CK2 you didn't personally pay them that. Powerful agent in hostile schemes against you. Yes. If your physician's against you, you will probably die. That is true. Okay, aptitude, poor. Oh, it has aptitude now, though, which is different than before. Okay, I can't pick any particularly good ones, which means I should probably do an event for it. I'll do search for a physician. So we'll get one soon. They do cost you money in this one, court positions. Gotcha. So I don't want to go overboard with that early on. Okay. I do probably want to bump straight up to pass limited crown authority. I really don't see why not. It would just get us more levies and income, and it would let us revoke shit. It costs a lot of our prestige, and I don't care because this is literally what I want the prestige for. Can anyone think of a reason why I shouldn't immediately bump up to limited crown authority? Sorry, I want to go to council. Ugh, this guy is awful. He's way better at intrigue. And he doesn't have that good an opinion of me. I don't really want him to be my spy master. Oh, God, so many of these powerful vassals suck at their job. Come on. So there's a powerful vassal there. He's like a scholar, but I am not allowed to change my clergy. Alright, I'm not seeing anyone saying that there's a reason to not change my crown authority, so I think I'm going to... Vassal opinion, especially with a new ruler. Liberty factions could become common. That is true. That is true. Yeah, let's wait until I have a few alliances first for the safety. Good idea, good idea. There's no need to rush it. I could do it in like a game year and it'd probably be way better. Still, our chancellor is a total piece of shit. Can I just replace him with this guy? He's slightly better at his job. Do I care if this guy doesn't like me? No. No, not really, because he's like really trash at his job. I'm just gonna give it to someone else who's a powerful vassal. So, I guess it's gotta be this guy? Is anyone else a better candidate here? No. Okay, it's this dude. Now, what are these new things I can do here? Bestow royal favor. Prestige, vassal prestige gain, inherit vassal opinion, and inherit internal war. Huh. Domestic affairs, foreign affairs. Foreign affairs still gets prestige, okay. You get less prestige from bestow royal favor, but vassals get more prestige. Why would I want my vassals to gain a bunch of prestige? Is it to a specific vassal that you can do this? The vassal opinion does go up to 100 in total. So you could use this to basically bribe a specific vassal. Okay. Rather than domestic affairs, which is just your vassals in general. What do my vassals think of me? My vassals, well, one fucking hates me. Most of them are on the fence. So I think I want to do domestic affairs, so we work on getting them to like us just a little bit more. Bestow favor gives court grandeur. Interesting. Religious relations. I might want to just start fabricating a claim. I could just subjugate him. Oh, I'd need like tons of prestige for that. Okay, no, I do need to cast a spell eye then. Okay. I will start on that. What is this guy's capital? Right here? Okay. I want it. Promote cultural acceptance. Cultural acceptance increases. Okay. Increase development growth, opinion, cultural acceptance boost if they do well. There's also another one down there. Convince de jure territory. Court grandeur needs to be level 6 at least. Okay. Is that like convincing a nearby country to join us? Manage royal guard. Knight efficiency goes up. That's kind of cool. I will stay on organized army for now though, because it makes our levy larger. Because it increases the garrison size and the levy size, and so that's actually quite a good deterrent. And this spymaster can just stay on disrupt schemes for now. I don't like that he doesn't like me that much. I could replace him with this guy who is a better spymaster, but he hates my fucking guts, and I know even with the bonuses he won't like me that much. Mostly because he's pissed that I fired him earlier. Sounds like they just flip once it's complete. That's crazy if that's how that works. Okay, now, oh, send child to university, but we don't have the gold. Okay. How old is our kid? 2. Does he have any traits? No, but he will likely get pensive. And I hope he does, because I want him to get a learning education. Okay. I can create a duchy. I don't know if I want to do that right now. I don't have the gold anyway. So, handing off these vassals. How important do you think this is? For those of you who have more experience doing that, because on my previous save files, I haven't really had to hand off vassals much. It simply isn't something that's really come up. Like I said, I'd be handing this vassal over to him. Right now, he's my direct vassal. But he's not paying me much as a result, right? How much is this guy even paying me? I think I have to go on my screen for that. It's this guy. Is he even paying me gold? Do I even get gold from my vassals right now? Vassal tax 2.9. I guess I do. Send the 2-year-old to college. Don't hand off vassals until you don't mind having your other vassals be strong. Yeah, that's a good point. You lose money and gold if you hand it off, but the person will get a massive opinion bonus. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold on to it for now. I don't care if a couple of them don't like me much. Too few spouses. Well, we're about to get a new one. And what do we have for men-at-arms? We've got some archers, some onagers, and archers again. Okay, I like archers. I like onagers. If I didn't already have onagers, I would definitely get them. I want war elephants, but that's a huge down payment, 500. But I do want war elephants. I mean, like, it's half the fun of playing India, right? Elephants in combat. Okay. Okay. We're gonna hold court. In order to be a successful ruler, I must actually rule on various dilemmas and situations which arrive within my sphere of influence. By officially inviting all my subjects to travel to the castle and petition me for aid, I will be able to stay informed, sway the balance of power, and visibly show to the world that I am in charge. We can learn of opportunities. We can influence situations in foreign realms. We can gain additional court grandeur, and we may gain or lose opinion, prestige, gold, and more. I think we're gonna just do it. I think we're just gonna do it. I've never held court before. This sounds fun. Here we go. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement into the chamber has ceased. All faces have turned towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. This music is sweet. Oh, that's awesome. All right, okay, so we can gesture for the first in line to approach, or, oh, it's a beautiful day outside, and we just walk out after they all travel for it. No, gesture for the first in line. We are a noble king. What is this? Okay. We got some wanderers. My what? My what? My Raj Purohit, the resentful gambler. I don't know who this man is. He's a lowborn. My vassal takes a turn bending my ear before the assembled court. Glorious liege, give me the honor of protecting you from your enemies and serving at your side. I will not let you down. I suppose these jobs have to be done by someone. This man, a 36-year-old vassal. He's not very good in combat. He's not very intelligent in general. He's a lowborn. He's vengeful and wrathful. He is a baron? Republic. He's a mayor. Yes, I believe if it's a republic title, barony title, I believe he's the mayor of a village. He doesn't seem like a very competent man. Okay. We could give him the job as my bodyguard. Oh, he wants to be my personal bodyguard. I think he's your priest. Is he? Says it's a republic title, though, not a theocratic title. I can't look at it right now. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think I want this guy to bodyguard. He doesn't even like me that much. Okay, we have other talents at present. He can become an antiquarian. What is this? Artifact decay. Oh, his job would be to maintain the artifacts. He would be happy with that. He'd be just as happy with that, in fact. He could be a court jester, a court jester, which he would take as an insult. He does get paid for it, though. And you are unsuited for such a post. I'm sorry, but you're just not that good in a fight, dude. You're unsuited for such a post. You know? A peasant in front of me seems to explode with excitement. My lord, the miracles, the holiness, we have been blessed. Her enthusiastic ramblings are confusing, but I finally get to the gist of it. She wants me to sponsor the cult of a local saint who recently died in Gobpum. Blank was a miracle maker in life. Oh, this dead man. He was a mystic. He was a possessed, frail... Oh my god, this guy is a mess. Okay. Miracle maker in life, known for only eating wild berries all of his life and preaching to the birds. His tomb is attracting devoted visitors from all over the realm. His Holiness will get the veneration he deserves. I spend a bunch of piety. I make a place a temple holding. And control level goes up. So there's a barony that has not been created. So this creates a temple if I do it. For most of my piety. I could kick her the fuck out. Eradicate this blasphemous nonsense right away. Like, kill? It doesn't say it kills her. I would gain stress, but I would lose more stress. Control would go down. We would gain a lot of dread and gain a lot of piety. Or I could just tell her to fuck off and control level goes down a little. I'm gonna be honest, we get bonuses for building temple holdings, right? Let's do it. It should give us renown and piety. I don't really see why not. Let's take advantage of this, right? Now, maybe there's like some other consequence later down the line. Maybe they'll make some branch religion that's gonna end up becoming a problem. I don't know. But, I don't know. This doesn't seem like that bad an option to me. Fuck it. Yeah, His Holiness will get the veneration he deserves. A commotion arrives from the back of my court. I wonder if it'll interact that way properly. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that too, Marinery. The commotion arrives from the back of the court. Before anyone can grab him, a man rushes up to your throne, halting before you but offering no deference. One look in his eyes tells me all I need to know. This man is not mentally sound. Monster, you sent us to die. Why do you go unpunished? From this man's rantings, I have discerned that he has somehow been involved in one of my wars, which is probably why he's so distressed. What is to be done with this lost creature? I can give him the death he wants. This is risky and will lead to your death if you lose. Oh my god. Oh my god! I could immediately fight him. Enter single combat. If I win, he dies. We gain a lot of prestige. We become an aspiring blade master, which increases our disease resistance and our combat prowess. And we lose some stress. If we lose, we fucking die on day one. I could have him executed. We're trusting. We wouldn't be happy about it. Or throw him out. Just throw him out. I'll take the 35 prestige. Bro, do it. That's awesome. Day one, I don't want Maharaja Jinder to die day one in the court because he decided to fist fight the crazy guy and he lost. How strong is he? Better than me. His prowess is higher than me. He is also, by the way, a sadistic, zealous lunatic who's a novice hunter. This guy would probably kill me. Throw him out. We're not dummies in this court. As the last petitioner departs, against his will, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formalities of the proceedings have dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. Not much happened. I say not much happened. We built a temple. That's pretty sweet. Think of the YouTube video if you lose. What a way to go, am I right? It would be really funny. That's undeniable. So unless we unpause and then we get the bonus, I don't think we actually got the temple. Think of the clown. Oh my god. All right, are we ready to unpause? I think we are. A lot of wacky shit might happen right when we unpause and all the events start happening, you know? Inventory. What? I've never seen this. We have no artifacts we can wear, but okay, this must be an extension of like, you know, in CK2 you could wear gear in that as well. Okay, so this now has a system like that. Gotcha. That is pretty fucking cool. I'm into that. And we can have a dude taking care of it. We'll worry about that in the future. That is cool. We finally unpaused the game. You can see in the bottom right, the days are a-ticking. Oh, hold on. What is this? Achievement unlocked until death do us part. Isn't that... We have that. I've had that for ages. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, gladly accept the marriage proposal. Hey! We got our first wife. Now, we still have too few spouses for our religion. But we do have one spouse now, so our stats are up a little bit. Now, currently she's just assisting ruler, but she is best at... Actually, she's equal at everything but stewardship. Assist ruler, she gives us a 2 in everything and a 1 in stewardship. I could have her give me a 5 in any one thing, though. And I'm not gonna lie, her giving me a straight up 5 in court politics right now would make a lot of my vassals like me more. Right now, a lot are on the edge of skimming tax. This would give us a little bit of a lead and might help with, you know, getting the country properly under control. Hey, you could have killed a man, built a blasphemous temple, and married like 4 people. Now that's a leader. CK3 fires his achievements for every game. That's interesting. Oh, if you hire an antiquarian, you can take a decision to commission an artifact. That's good to know. See, this is half the reason why people learn so many things when they watch all of my Crusader Kings Let's Plays, is because we have our research department in the chat. We have 200 other people, many of which have played Crusader Kings games and thus know all the wacky bullshit that happens, and we can pool our knowledge together. You know, it's like I used to say about Crusader Kings 2. The most experienced player in the world only knows 10% of the things that can happen in Crusader Kings 2 and has to Google the rest. So when you have, like, 100 people there that have all played the game, they can pool their knowledge, and together you can figure most things out. Definitely convert her religion. Yeah, can I convince her to real easy? Learn language scheme. What is this? We learn her language if we do it successfully. I mean, I don't see a reason not to. Yeah, I don't see why not to. It would make people who speak that language like me more, right? That seems like a new mechanic. That's really cool, actually. Demand conversion. She will accept. Sure, that'll give some bonuses. Do I have to, though? She is Hindu. We consider each other astray, which is honestly not that big of a penalty. Now, what is the bonus for us being of the same religion? I don't even... fuck it, just do it. We'll see. Will this go up or down? Up! She converted, and the approval did go up. She wasn't even mad about it. Okay. Cool. Well, that helps our relationship and hopefully helps us with having more kids. And we still don't have enough wives for our religion, so let's get on getting some more marriages. Again, I want alliance power again, probably. Now, this one was another one we were considering. She's not as talented, but that's fine when she's not wife number 1. I think only wife 1 contributes stats. Yeah, we'll marry her for the alliance for sure. Send the proposal. She's astray. I don't know, man. Tough call. Now, excuse me while I build a temple to a local crazy man who's only spoke to birds. Good point. Court physician. Okay, we can pick between these two. Now, this guy's actually a physician, and the other guy is a diplomat. I think I'm leaning towards the physician. Now, we had to pay him $70 up front, which is half of the treasury. But I'm pretty sure that having a real court physician is unbelievably important. So, yeah, I'm hiring a real doctor. I don't want a fake doctor. Okay, that's another alliance secured. Now, what are our troops now? If we look at our troops with alliances, we got 4,500 troops on hand. At the beginning of the game, 1 month ago, we had 1,700 troops. So we've more than doubled our troop count by getting these alliances. Assuming, of course, these guys honor their alliances and actually back us up. Whereas the other 2 kingdoms don't have these alliances yet. We officially have, with alliances, hypothetically, the largest army in India. But again, that relies on our allies actually pulling through. So we need to do some diplomatic maneuvering to make sure that those ties stay and that we stay powerful. I don't think either of these dudes are declaring war on us, though, while we have this big of alliances. Can you check his aptitude? I want to see how much that trait factors in. That's a good call. Medical treatment. Do I, like, click here, or do I click replace? And is he on the list? Aptitude, good. Here we go. So his aptitude is considered good, and he has a level 3 renowned physician lifestyle trait. as well as a learning of 17. I believe learning has some effect on your aptitude for being a doctor, but the largest thing is obviously being an actual real physician. I do know that if you can't find a real physician, though, people with high learning are your next best thing. Like this guy here, he's poor aptitude, but he just has really high learning and he's a mastermind philosopher, which gives him some kind of bonus. Not as good as being a real doctor, though. Court tutor. Have children study language interaction. That's cool. Oh, right. Speaking of study language, let's take this as an opportunity to learn our wife's language. So that's a cultural scheme, is that? There's like the candle, which I know is the culture symbol. Am I allowed to have... So, oh, that's a personal scheme. Okay. Hostile scheme, personal scheme. Divided between that. So I can't like romance someone while I'm learning a language. Got it. You can't get a girlfriend if you're learning French. Dems the rules. Marry someone from you. Everyone really wants me to interact with you. Sorry, where is that right now? I know there's a country in the map that's just a U with like an umlaut or some shit. Oh, there it is, up in the mountains, up in Tibet. Oh, that guy's look is so strong. Look at that crown, look at that robe. Damn. Now, he doesn't like me very much, though. He thinks I'm evil. He's also quite zealous. He's Tibetan. Yeah, Tibetan faith. Yeah, he doesn't like me very much at all. He's got some claims. He's got a claim on the Empire of Tibet. He has a pressed claim on the Empire of Tibet. This guy might be strong one day. Hey, dude, you wanna, like... You got, like, any family members that want to marry me and get... No one who will do an alliance. Okay. Too bad you're both straight, or... Wait, are we? Oh, yeah, we are. I think I said it so that my sexuality be random in this playthrough. Doesn't really matter too much what our sexuality is, because we are not in a Catholic playthrough, so... Homosexuality is not even a sin in this religion, although being gay does make it hard to have kids. Court event available. Poor manners and courtier scorned. What is this? Why would you honor that churl? Whoo, can't say that. With a position in court and not me. My courtier is livid. Apparently, she had been certain that the honor would befall her and nobody else. It'll be chosen for you in 177 days. We could get a rivalry with her. You're right, you do deserve a position. Hold on, who would be fired for this? This is my doctor. She wants to be my doctor. She's a courtier and a brute and a terrible doctor, and she's upset that she's not my doc. Are you serious? Now, if I took her on, she would become not my doctor, though. She would be control growth. What is this? Serves as an important day-to-day in the life of a royal family, administering the servants and keeping everything running smoothly. Well, I mean, that would insult my doctor, and that'd be really dangerous if I insulted my doctor, but I'm not opposed to hiring her for that position, because it actually seems like she'd be good at the position. She is a fortune builder. Actually, her stewardship is quite poor now that I look at it. She's a fortune builder, so she could get better at it, but if you're gonna jest like this, I should start paying. I could make her a jester. If I made her a jester, it would actually piss her off. Would it be the same amount as if I tell her to fuck off? It'd be the same amount as if I told her to fuck off, but it would make my, it would get a pop out of my physician. Firing the position costs resources, and okay. Different position in your court. Firing the position costs resources, yeah. It is a different position. I did read that out with this bit. But it would still piss off my physician here. I don't want to pay her to be my jester, honestly. I'm just going to tell her to fuck off. I don't care if she becomes my rival. She doesn't even work for me. She's just in the court. Poor manners. Burp. As a loud belch echoes across the dining hall, all conversations abruptly cease. My oh, whew. Gotta figure this one out. Porit? Don't know. Pats his stomach and grins. Ah, better out than in, my dad always said. Fuck, dude. Various courtiers exchanged incredulous glances before my wife looks directly at me and exclaims, "My Maharaja, that was wholly inappropriate. Certainly, you must agree." Ah, Jesus, why did she have to say something? Okay, he's a man, let's treat him as such. Okay, it wouldn't piss anyone off. He'd be happy about it. We'd lose a little court grandeur. I don't know how much 14 is, to be honest. I don't know how steep that is. Sorry, this guy's unlanded. Do I really care what this guy thinks? Oh, he's a holy man. That's why. I would become super, super stressed if I told him to fuck off over this. Yeah, that's a holy man. He's a priest. Yeah. Haven't we all let loose before? Court grandeur would still go down. We could get a friendship with him, but it would disgust our wife. We're just gonna bring up that he's a priest and leave him be. I don't like the loss of court grandeur, but fuck, that took us down a few pegs. It'll go back up. Fuck, that's rough. I would spend more on my court grandeur, but we need to build up a bit of a reserve so that we can A, develop our lands, and B, have a bit of money in the coffers in case we need to hire mercenaries for anything, you know? Make him a jester. Everybody just wants me to make everybody jesters. Can't blame you. It has almost climbed to 30 degrees Celsius in this room, by the way. I don't remember if we were talking about this before the recorded part of the stream or after, but damn, this room gets hot. It's like 10 degrees Celsius outside and it's 30 degrees in this tiny-ass recording studio. I call it a recording studio. It's my home studio, but it is soundproofed. All right, 10 levels of grandeur makes a level, so level 10 is 100 grandeur. Okay, thank you for giving me the ratio on that. I appreciate. So hold on, actually something I'm curious about here. If we look at our culture, you know, we're philosopher culture, religious patronage, and agrarian, right? Those are kind of our main things here. What about all of these other cultures though? Like Punjabi, this is communal. Same culture mercenaries cost less, close family opinion up, and their holdings are cheaper to build. Marital ceremonies, so more skills from spouse, counselor tasks up 25%. That's really cool. Can't divorce. That's interesting. They're also agrarian and they're storytellers. Guardians of this culture are more effective, but scheme secrecy is down, so they have a harder time scheming. It's cool. Those are cool powers, but I like Bengali more. Is anyone else here a philosopher culture? Warrior culture out west. Refined poetry. There's a lot of different cultures here. Industrious, stress gain up, but building time down. Gains development growth when a building is constructed up to once a year. That sounds kind of good. I think we're the only philosopher culture here. It seems like it. Mystical ancestors. Huh. Himalayan settlers. Wow, so yeah, we're the only philosopher culture in India, it seems. That's cool. Industrious is broken. It sounded pretty powerful on paper just reading it there, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's run the clock a little bit more. Decisions, pilgrimage. Do you think we should like meditate or pilgrimage early in the game? We have no stress, so maybe I should hold off on meditate. Pilgrimage wouldn't hurt, but at the same time, I don't want a regency and I don't want to lose gold. Do we hinder gender? You can switch buildings and have 100 development before the year 1000. That's fucking nuts. That is fucking nuts. You can choose a tech since you're the cultural head of your culture. That's good. Like, I just get one? Develop your capital, then meditate. Okay, I can do that. Scandalous priest. Appalled to learn that my chancellor was discovered gorging himself on a luxurious feast of baked truffles, fine cheeses, saffron cakes, and spiced wines. The excessive indulgence in the feast has cast a dark shadow on his legitimacy. He is a glutton. He's a callous, gluttonous, wrathful, insightful thinker? Fucking, this guy's a sin. He's not a real priest. Condemn him for his transgressions and give me piety. I don't care if he's fucking angry at me. Oh no, he'll skim tax. It's not a real priest. He's not gonna last. I think Lord Samuel meant pick a tech for research. That's what I thought he meant. Like, you pick one and you get the tech? Or do you mean, like, you pick it and you start getting progress? You can choose a tech. I already did choose a tech, didn't I? Yeah, we're on barracks. We've been on barracks for a little while. Now that I think about it, learning is really good for an Indian empire. India has a lot of different cultures, and a high learning lets you learn more foreign languages. Pick the foreign languages of the most powerful vassals to make them like you more. Good call. Yeah. I think that going with this country is really paying off. Like, it's going to pay off in the long run with the whole philosophy focus and the bonuses towards learning and everything. Oh, our wife's pregnant. Hold on, do we still have too few spouses? We do. We have 2 wives. How many do we need? To not lose piety. We're considered obscure and renown. Lame. Oh my god, these hiccups are crazy. Now, this one wouldn't be too bad of a marriage here. It's not a ton of extra troops, but they're not in my way. I'm not really planning to conquer down there, at least not soon. You can vassalize some dudes. Like, wait, hold on. Did I miss that? Oh my god, someone will just agree? Someone will agree if I say low feudal obligations. Okay. Who? This guy? Shit, that's tempting. Shit, that's really tempting. Now, low feudal obligations does mean he pays less tax and stuff. I could always change it slowly over time. Through the diplomacy game? Ooh. Even if it's low, you can work it up later. That's true. I can slowly rewrite that contract over decades. That's a big chunk of land in its prime real estate. In modern day India, that's high population land. I want it. And that land is all part of the empire of the Bengal Empire, isn't it? Yes, it is. I will offer vassalage to that man. Now, Bengal Empire actually does stretch over here. Maybe I will be conquering this land down here. Maybe I shouldn't form an alliance with someone in there. Okay, well, how about this person? What country is this that I'm forming an alliance with? They're of the people that I am getting to join me. Okay, so that wouldn't even be an external thing. I'm gonna wait until this vassalage happens. Hey! I graciously accept your offer of vassalization, my liege. Look at that. Look at that chunk of land we just took like it was nothing. Now, mind you, it does mean that this guy is a vassal under us, and his opinion of us is not the highest. He's not even our religion. Can I demand a conversion? He might accept. I don't think it's very likely, to be honest. He's not very talented, or I'd put him on my court, too. And he's probably skimming most of his tax because he doesn't like me much, but you know what? I'd rather him in my country than as a competitor. Free real estate, I know, right? Powerful vassals expect council positions. Well, we don't have free council positions for them. Everybody on our council is a powerful oh, except for this guy, that's why. Okay, well, if we give this to a powerful vassal, then the powerful vassals who aren't in the court will stop complaining. But I don't have any powerful vassals that are good for Spy Master. Yeah, none of them are any good for that. The only guy who'd be good at it hates my guts so goddamn bad. This guy. It would get rid of the -40, and he would get a bonus for getting hired, but, like, he would still really not be happy about it. He would only be worth hiring on as my spy master, and he'd be very good at it, if I also transfer vassals to him. That would pretty quickly get him to like me, I think. But I hold a de jure duchy that he really wants his hands on, and he's still pissy about being fired from the council, of course. If witchcraft is a crime, you can convert your realm priest to then reveal him as a witch and arrest him, then banish him, so that you can have a new realm priest, even if the position is assigned rather than chosen. As a bonus, when banishing them, you get all the gold they've been building up over the years, and I've gotten over 10k gold from doing it as a Catholic before. That is hilarious. Witchcraft is not accepted in our religion. Witchcraft is shunned, but not banned, right? Shunned. Too few spouses. Okay. Yeah. There's not many more marriages I can do for the sake of alliances. So maybe we'll do some of all skills. No, we can do toggle filters. I want traits and heritable. Quick is a good one, sure. Quick, comely, hail, comely, Amazonian, Herculean, holy shit. Huge health bonus? You know what? Yeah, you're one of the wives. Let's get this Amazonian woman as our third wife. Okay, no longer says too few wives, and we can have one more if we want to. Would it get us more piety if we did? Maybe. I've arrived to pay homage to you, glorious Maharaja. As a show of loyalty, I hope to pledge submission alone as evidence of my honor. You can join the royal court. Content, lustful, humble, fortune builder. You know, a fortune builder is really good, and the fact that he's content tells me he won't fight against me much. He's also intimidated by us, which means he's much less likely to act out against us. He desires a lot, which is kind of funny. But I will show him in. Homage mortified, I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival, who is soon announced an usher before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the kingdom. As he stands, he stumbles awkwardly. The court gasps in unison as he falls, ending sprawled at my feet, cheeks flushed with embarrassment. What the fuck? Your oath is all that matters. I could say that. I gain court grandeur, I gain some piety and some renown. I could say, what a shambles. What a weird thing to say. You almost always receive members at court. Okay. This would be spends a whole bunch of piety. I gain extra piety? No, I gain the same amount of piety and renown. And court grandeur. He loses some opinion of me for getting insulted. So I can basically just make fun of him and he'll lose more piety. I don't want to do that. Your oaths are all that matter to me. No, if fucking dudes stumble, whatever. I don't need to shit on him for it. He's embarrassed enough, you know? All right. I think that's a really good first episode. We did the first year of the game. We're in December here. There was a lot of rambling, but there was a lot to do and everything. I would continue to go, but it is about to hit 29 degrees in this room now because the door is closed and everything, and I am dying. I also need to get me some food. Oh, ruler in the making. What is this? Our child has become bossy. Oh, shit. Doesn't that make him worse at learning? Education? No, it just makes him better at stewardship and martial. Well, we'd get a bonus to stewardship, so I think I'm gonna do that. Stewardship's good. Empty council position. Who died? Oh, the spy master died. Now I have to pick someone. Oh, God. These guys all suck. These guys all suck. Fuck. Hold on. This guy. Can I, like, do anything to befriend? That's a lot of money. I'm not paying you that. Yeah. Can I pass vassals off to him? Hold on, this guy... I don't think any of these are him, no. Ugh. Ugh. That sucks. Oops, all the wrong F buttons. It's this one. My Chancellor? Is my Chancellor good? I beg of you, name that baby Nancy Drew. He's not even a good spy master either, but he is better at that than he is at diplomacy. This guy wouldn't be a good replacement chancellor, though. And he's like my only other choice. Oh, this sucks. You third... Oh, the Nancy Drew thing? Can I rename my kid, or is he too old? I think there's a rename button up here if they're young enough, but he's not young enough. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna pick this guy who's not very talented, but he'll like me. Yeah, that brought him up to positive 18. Alright. That sucks. Alright, though, if you're watching on YouTube, just so everybody's on the same page, I'm going to try and bulk upload these every once in a while when I have time to do them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, record a bunch and stream a bunch to you guys and put it up in the CK3 playlist that you'll find in the description as unlisted videos, so you can watch it early, but it won't be, like, in the video section on the channel, so that I'm not constantly spamming people's sub feed. Every once in a while, I'll set one to public. Whenever I do, it probably means there's either loads left in the playlist, or maybe I've put up more and that's your more or less notification that there's more in there. The reason I do that is just, it's the same amount of footage you would have got anyway, you're just getting it faster so you can binge it if you feel like binging it. Just so it's an option. I don't know how often I'll be streaming this, it all depends on when I'm free. Oh shit, thanks for the raid, Lang. Sorry, I'm doing an outro right now. So I don't know how often I'm going to be streaming this. It all depends on how often I'm free, but I'm really enjoying this. So it's going to be awesome to start a new playthrough, and it'll all be up on YouTube before you know it. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, just go to the description and you can find my Twitch TV page where I do all these streams. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.